I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. Abstract art. What a pretentious sentence. I think to understand abstract art, we have to understand art. So the best place to find definitions for things is Wikipedia, and I have definition of art here, which is diverse range of human activities in creating visual, auditory, or performing artifacts or artworks expressing the author's imaginative, conceptual, or technical skill intended to be appreciated for their beauty or emotional power. When looked at that way, I feel like it's hard to make the argument that something isn't art, and a lot of times you hear abstract art being thrown in as not art. So if we pull up the definition for abstract art, it uses visual language of shape, form, color, and line to create a composition which may exist with a degree of independence from visual references in the world. So to me, that means it seeks to create something that doesn't necessarily exist in reality. As the article or entry goes on to say, most of Western art was underpinned by the logic of perspective in an attempt to reproduce an illusion of visible reality. So then they were just trying to recreate what they were seeing, and as time went on, we abstracted different elements from it. So you have like Claude Monet guy who was just removing faces from paintings, and then we had a Van Gogh who made the sky look completely unlike what we've seen in the sky before. Yeah, this guy. Look at that. Doesn't do that. Then you got Picasso with the cubism, the making things more shapy. And then there's that guy who just made the painting called the Black Square, and it was just a black square. It's personally one of my favorites, because I got people to say, well, how far can we go with this? And he was like, all the way. You start seeing like people putting up blank canvases, and then you get the banana taped to the wall. That's how we got here. We've taken this idea of expression and ideas and communication and brought it all the way around. In my mind, that's pretty cool. Where I think people dislike abstract art is because it seems easy, or like they could do it, or the fact that it's so easy, and then you see artists that make easy stuff making a lot of money off it, like the banana on the wall or a blank canvas getting money. And there was that whole documentary with that like elementary school girl who was making abstract paintings, and everyone was accusing the parents of helping her, and then I think it was called My Kid Could Paint That. And that's actually how I got started with it, because I like those pieces, but I also didn't want to pay for expensive art, so I said, why don't I just make my own? If I think I'm so good at art, I can do it myself. And if you've watched my previous video, many of you probably didn't, I took this miniature Bob Ross painting and I ruined it, essentially. I turned it into an abstract piece. Kind of looks like the cover of this band called Decapitated. They have a album. Sure you're familiar with it. That kind of reminds me of that. So yeah, to a wide demographic of people, they don't like abstract art because it's easy, or it takes no skill, it takes no talent. And naturally, you'd think I would disagree, but I don't totally disagree. I mean, yeah, I can't paint an object that I've seen in reality. I can't draw a car, I can't draw a tree, but I can throw paint on a canvas like that, and it turns out pretty satisfactory to me. I wasn't trying to make a tree or a car. I was trying to make that. I don't know if I sought out to exactly make that. It kind of happened. Yeah, throwing paint on the canvas is easy. We've seen the rise of Jackson Pollock and all the imitators, such as myself, who have been influenced by that type of painting and like it a lot, and there's definitely a lot of people that like it too. We are throwing paint. So we're splattering it on a canvas, and we're saying this is good, this is done, it's a finished product. And that seems easy. It's true. But most people that say they could do it, they don't do it. Is that where the difficulty is? The motivation to go out there and do it? No, I don't know. They probably don't like it. I mean, if they were critiquing it, they didn't like it in the first place. So they probably don't want to make it. But what if the painting itself is easy, but we do it in difficult conditions? So today we had a blizzard. So why don't we just do a painting in less than ideal circumstances? And we'll see how easy it is to do that. And then is it hard? Then is it talent? Then is it art? Oh no. All right, we're gonna paint today. We got our canvas. We're just gonna lay it on the ground. That's how I like to do it. First, we're gonna start with some establishing paint. That's gonna be in the background. We got a nice brown here. So just take the lid off of it, and then we're gonna pour it all over. So it looks something like that. Looking good, right? Next, we're gonna squirt some other paints on top of that. And you wanna use all the paint. So we got that going. Next, we'll bring in the red. This is orange. We have that there. So it's really coming together there, you can see that. Next, we'll do a little purple. That doesn't squirt that well. So that's when I like to use a little paintbrush to get it wet. We'll spread all this around. And do big swirls. That's what we want to see. Next, we have this nice little orange here. Make sure you use all the paint. Never forget that. A little bit of red. We'll do some black next. It's always hard when the wind's blowing. Doesn't help at all. You can see we go through paint pretty easy when you do it like this. That's why most people use brushes. And normally when you're doing painting or anything, you want to follow what's called the rule of thirds. You'll probably notice I'm not doing that here. Is it because I don't care? Yes. So you just want to go where you haven't gone before, or where you have gone before. There's really no rules to this. Oh, look at that purple, it's great. Perfect. I like these tubes a lot, they really shoot the paint well. Oh, we got pink now. That looks like Play-Doh. Oh, it's incredible. A little more gray. It's a little metallic gray. I'm gonna do some more dramatic strokes here. Looks like we got one more. And finally, we got our runniest paint. I like to start with, or end with what we started with.
So we'll do some swirls around there. Looks like that'll do it. See, because I don't have any more. So that's it.
So what's the verdict? Have I made art? I mean, I used a brush for all but a couple seconds. No easel. You know, these are very fundamental rules of painting. But rules are dumb. The only way I failed is if my goal was to paint a beautiful landscape with trees and wind and air. What's your favorite wind painting? What if this is wind? You know, the other thing I forgot to mention about art is the story behind how something came about. Some of my favorite stories are like, I think of that Kanye West album where he like went missing for 8 months and then came back and had the record done, but every track was like 20 minutes long, and he had all these like label executives there, and he was mad because they weren't dressed well, so he made them all go get suits, and then they came back and my voice cracked, yeah, and he was like just throwing this like crazy megalomaniac temper tantrum. Yeah, a little detestable, a little unreasonable, but we wouldn't have talked about the recording process if like everyone showed up on time and they just did it. No one cares about that. You know, that adds another element to the art. So I mean, I took this thing outside in the snow and painted it. It's very not dry. It's also really ugly. And I'm actually really proud of it because it's so ugly yet so colorful. And all of the colors are holding their own. Nothing's mixing together in a bad way. I haven't done that before. Normally it just kind of muds up and turns into just chaos, but everything held its form really well, which is surprising. I couldn't keep any of the snow. That didn't work. I don't know. Is abstract art? I guess beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I'm definitely delivering it in art form. It's checks all those boxes. Paint, canvas, you can hang it, you can look at it, you can see it. I mean, it's got more in common with art than what it doesn't have in common with it. Next week we're gonna be talking about noise music. Stay tuned. This girl asked me what kind of rug I have. Boston Terrier. That's a dog.